work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, you're listening to ESPN 95.3. ERX Paris Fort Smith.
But let me ask you, how much can we really practice today? We're showing tape. Can't practice. We didn't get in until 2 in the morning. We played 3 games in 2.5 days, and we got to play Thursday. We could have played in the evening. Now let's make them play at 1. And you know what? No one wants to hear it, and I'll use it. Believe me when I tell you. Don't tell anybody, but I will use it to our benefit.
According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Broncos are trading for Miami wide receiver Jalen Waddle.
Of all the places I want to visit, Portland's not at the top of the list.
Yeah, you said that. I mean, that's where Arkansas's playing. They could send me to North Korea, and if Arkansas's playing in North Korea, I want to go watch them in the NCAA tournament.
I bet we could raise a hell of a collection to send you to North Korea. Yeah.
You legally can't.
One-way ticket.
Don't think I would.
Clay's in for the first 1,000. I already got a text. Clay's in for $1,000.
Who's going? Do we have 15? He's going to match that one by one.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
What, $20,000 for Arkansas?
Say that again.
Northwest.
Say that again.
So we raised $20,000 for Arkansas Children's Northwest. Can we raise more money to send me to North Korea?
We have pledges right now for $62,547.
Wow.
On the big board.
Here.
Is that all Clay?
No, well, Clay has doubled his intent. He is willing to sell a used car he has out back of his house.
Wow.
But it's all predicated. It's all subject to it being a one-way ticket. So
okay. All right, so no coming back for me.
No coming back. North Korea for you.
Staying put. Well, we are in.
So when did you get to Portland?
I touched down at 10 Pacific, 12 Central.
Okay.
The issue here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday is I initially didn't make my first flight, but then they moved it back, and so I got back on it. Well, American Airlines decided not to put my bag on that flight despite a 2.5-hour layover. So I get there, and on the plane, I get an email that says, your bags are still in DFW and will be on the next flight. And I'm thinking to myself, what were they just sitting there in DFW for 2.5 hours? So I waited and got the bags closer to 12 o'clock last night. And then I also waited on a friend that was coming in from Chicago so we could Uber together. So I did not go to bed until about 2 o'clock in the morning last night. Woke up at 4:30, and here we are on this What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. So late night last night for you, it sounds like. A lot of airport time. What's Your Beef Wednesday? Is that your beef to begin today?
Yeah, and I didn't want it. That
they
was
have
the
all those
low-hanging fruit.
That's barcoded stuff. I'm with you. I don't know why they can't get it right. Richard's Country Meat Market getting you ready for March Madness, whether it's Petit Jean ham, fresh lamb, prime rib, or tenderloin. They'll make your Easter unforgettable. Richard's has everything you need for that great Easter spread. And don't forget the homemade sides as well. Garlic, scalloped potatoes, mac and cheese, not Ty's favorite, even sweet apple pie. They have everything to go with it. It's all at Richard's Country Meat Market, 479-443-0000. I have purchased and put air tags in all my luggage now. So they say with the barcode they can tell you where it's at. Well, by God, I know where it's at now. I've got one in all my bags. So I didn't need it last week, but I'm traveling next week with a family for spring break, and there will be air tags in the bags again next week.
I really did have, for the most part, with the exception of last night, a good experience. I mean, they had Coke Zero, Tommy, on American Airlines.
Oh, absolutely.
Which you got me into, I guess, in 2022. I got a Woo Pig Suey on the plane, walk into my seat. The airport's only 20 minutes from the hotel. It's not like Denver where the airport's an hour away from everything. But the bag thing kind of ticked me off late into
Well,
until
it's
last
the
night.
time of the day. Did they deliver it to your hotel, or you had to wait to
They
see?
offered to do that, but I was scared that I would wake up, it would not be at the front desk, and I would be wearing the exact same stuff that I wore last night
Yeah, you'd fit right in
to
out there.
practice. And no, you would. There's how
Well,
do we say?
no one at practice is going to know what you wore yesterday.
But I it would smell.
Trust
and
me, we don't remember what you wore yesterday.
And I do though. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not gross in the sense of like wearing clothes over and over. It sounds like my experience was slightly better than Mrs. Calipari. She posted this yesterday. Cole, did you see this? She posted this yesterday.
Yes, I saw it.
This was just behind the scenes, 4-hour NCAA charter plane ride, no Wi-Fi. Seats did not recline. I had forgotten, and I've never had a problem with Allegiant. I know some of the issues have happened under Allegiant's guidance when it comes to Arkansas athletic stuff. But I do remember they did not have Wi-Fi on the plane, and that's almost like a non-starter for me now. Just doing I worked. I know you're not going to believe me, but I actually worked on the plane yesterday and last night.
American gives you free Wi-Fi now.
Yes,
if you're an AA Advantage member, which is free to sign up. Anyway, I'm not doing a commercial for American Air, but that was handy because I had a lot of work to get accomplished in my flights. So I'm with you. No Wi-Fi, non-starter for me.
Yeah, I know, because it's weird. Like Pacific time being 2 hours before you guys are in Central. It's 7:06 this morning while it's 9:06 there. My alarm, even though it went off at 4:15 this morning, it's really 6:15 there, and there's some stuff that I need to usually get done. So I tried to do a good chunk of it last night before today. But it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, 877-377-6963. I have a few other beefs that we can get into this morning. How about those opening games? We'll get into that in our opening drive. Two really good college basketball games last night. Former Razorback Trevon Mark hits a game winner.
Yep.
Darius Akov gets himself another accolade. First-team All-America. First time since Sidney Moncrief. That's wild to me. Todd Day, Corliss Williamson, not a part of that list, which just is amazing. Give you a kind of an update on what's going on today with Cal and the team and what their practice schedule and stuff looks like. Richard Davenport's going to join us, and some other funny clips. Plus, the baseball team clobbered Northern Colorado 13-2 yesterday.
Yeah, it started out like 2-2 after 2 innings, and then the Hogs really poured it on in the late innings. We'll take a look at that, and they play again this afternoon, and I've got tickets. Anybody want to go to the game today? Got tickets to give away.
These are the best tickets that we give away. You can hear the players breathe. It's good stuff. Get on these.
Yeah, these are really primo seats for today's game. We'll hook you up with some of those later in the show. We're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. If Ready Mix Concrete's on your list of things you need for your job site, whether it's a small project, pouring a little bit of sidewalk or a driveway at your home, or you're the person in charge of making sure everything goes right on a large-scale commercial or industrial job, APAC's got you covered because there's no job too big or too small. They have their own quarries, their own dredging operations, so they can bring you the best materials and get it done quickly for you as well. 479-587-3300, 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Hey, Colton, we might have I don't know if I'm behind. Do we have a way to click on the B bar?
He's
okay.
got it.
Will you click the I guess it's just my internet. Will you click the opening drive and get in some tournament action?
Yeah.
Retrievers will have a chance to send it to overtime. Diggs, cross-court pass. Armstrong to go to overtime. No good. Howard wins their first ever NCAA tournament game.
They're going to have to do something because you got all these middlemen who are scumbags. You got agents who are scumbags who don't care about loyalty to a school. That's what bothers me.
Get some rules to get some stability. Guys, we got a game going on.
Dial it in.
But this is a game for these kids.
Crunch time here, down to 2.
Mark for the lead. 1 second left. Oh, God. Mark.
This is the opening drive.
All right, so you heard in that
Good
final
stuff. Good
the
stuff.
final bit, Brian Anderson's losing his voice. And he's trying to also corral Dickie V and Charles Barkley, who are always
That's
off in their
herding cats
own,
right there, yeah.
who are always off in the own world. But guys, you had UMBC with the chance to tie the game last night, who beat Virginia a few years ago as a 16 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Howard gets their first ever NCAA tournament victory. And then Tremont Mark hits it with a second to go. And was it Anthony Miller? What's that assistant coach's name that ran on the court that Sean Miller lost it on? So that was nuts. Tommy, what did you make of that situation last night?
Well, I fell asleep watching the game last night. It was 30-29 at the half, and it was a low-scoring game. And I thought Dickie V and Chuck kind of stole the show to a degree, because I think a lot of people don't tune in for announcers anymore, but I think last night might have been an exception, because it might be the one and only that you're going to ever hear Barkley and Dickie V do a game together. But a lot of fun, and Mark hit the highlight shot there at the end with a second to go. So, but all in all, I mean, for 40 minutes, it wasn't the best basketball game you've ever seen.
No. But what about the assistant coach? That's kind of more of what I was asking about.
Well, you can't run out on the floor. So, I mean, and now the thing in college basketball, and I was not watching this live, so you may have to fill in some details for me, but the rule is written where you can't interrupt the game. Well, the clock stops after a made basket. So technically you're not interrupting live ball play, but if there's no timeouts, it becomes a really sticky situation. But I don't know why people lose their mind. And I guess he thought the time had expired. Is the only explanation is he wasn't certain. But the adults need to be the adults, right?
I was going to say, usually you see a players do this. That's why it was so odd to see a Texas assistant coach do it. But they escaped and got away with a victory last night. But you kind of mentioned Charles Barkley. When's the last time Charles Barkley has been an analyst on an NBA or college game? Like I was trying to.
Never would be my guess.
He's
been a studio guy.
Yeah. It's entertaining for him to do that. So I enjoyed that aspect. And let's see, tonight is it's the Miami of Ohio and SMU game, and I forget the other 2-16 seeds.
Prairie View A&M and Lehigh.
Thank you, Colton.
That'll be the
Prairie
early
View.
game. Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be the early game. Man, it's weird looking at this 3:40 here on the Pacific time.
Yeah.
What's the first game starts here, guys? Where did this go? Oh, Thursday. It starts at 10:50, so before 11 o'clock Pacific time. Wisconsin and High Point. I want to see that game. This is a game where you can see High Point winning. Do you want the upset to occur, Tommy? Do you want to play Wisconsin or do you want to play High Point?
High Point.
I kind of thought
now,
the same
some will tell you High Point's the better team. Now, I don't think the committee missed the seeding that badly. But, no, I'd rather play High Point.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought process on that.
All right, so for tonight, or in your case, this afternoon's games, Lehigh favored by 3.5 on the Bet Saracen app. SMU is favored by 6.5, so it kind of gives you an idea of at least what the odds makers think for these two today. I'm guessing a lot of you out there that enjoy having a little something on the game probably had a little something last night. In those two games, so people kind of getting warmed up for the for the big stuff in about 26 hours, because we're inside 26 hours from the tournament really beginning.
And on that note, where do you think the money's going in the Arkansas and Hawaii game? Started at 14.5. I think that's where it opened. Where do you think it's going? You think it's going in Hawaii's direction or Arkansas's direction?
Well, there's a way you can look that up, but I would say probably with the line going to 15.5, it's got to be going in Arkansas's direction.
Yeah, money's going in. Public money's going in on Arkansas.
If the line's going up, they're trying to tempt more and more people to bet Hawaii. So that tells me that the overwhelming load of the money right now is at least move the line, because I think it was 14.5 when it opened. Am I right on that? And now it's 15.5. So.
Yep.
So it tells me all the money's going on, or the vast majority is going on the Razorbacks.
Of the money's going on Arkansas.
And I just wonder from that standpoint, I think Arkansas's quickness and skills just too much for Hawaii. I believe our team's ability to drive to the basket and how quick they can get downhill to the rim is going to be too much for a team like Hawaii. But I just wonder, the 3 days in Nashville, the energy expended there, the short bench. We know all the reasons. The travel situation, flying 4 hours yesterday, just really not having a lot of time to recuperate. Does the team start out a little bit slow? It's 15.5 too many. I mean, I fully expect Arkansas to win, but considering the last, 5 days and what they've looked like for the Hogs, is 15.5 too many to expect?
Man, well, you told me Darius was going to pick up right where he left off. I thought he would just have a little bit of a slower start, probably a medium game, and then he exploded for 30-plus in pretty much every game this weekend. So I almost
But
want
he
to
had a week
overestimate.
off prior to that. Now he had 3 straight games,
Good
short
point.
travel window, short – I mean, Arkansas is going to win this basketball game. I think we all believe that, but that's why it's called a gamble. That's why you wager on the games. That's something to consider when you think about 15.5 points you are contemplating giving up if you put your money on the Hogs.
Yeah.
At least with the point spread.
Hopefully it's a pretty easy game for the Razorbacks so they can move on to either High Point or Wisconsin. All right, 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Group hotline open for you, including Kevin, who's in Rogers. Kevin, what's up, man?
Hey, Ty, glad you made it to Portland. Good. Seeing your stuff on social media. Great. Hey, Tommy, how's it going?
Hey, good
Colton,
morning.
everybody doing good?
Good morning, Kevin.
Yeah, it's warming back up. I'm liking it.
Yes, it
for
is.
sure. So, yeah, just a few comments. I think they're going to play really well. I mean, you get about 3 days off. One thing I was watching during the tournament, because DJ played pretty well all tournament long, you saw Acuff on the bench a little bit more than normal. I think you all noticed that. I mean, at least for a 2 or 3 minute break. I think the guys will be ready to play. I'm not really concerned. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they cover that. I know I have some friends that live in Hawaii. I've talked to them, and Hawaii's got a stout defense. I just don't think they've played against this type of talent, and we're such a downhill team. I mean, probably the two fast. I mean, top 3 in the league, and how fast you can score.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I look for Cal to really push it early, and he's probably telling the guys this will be probably one of the hardest games you play. From the standpoint, it's the first game of the tournament. I mean, those are always the most nerve-wracking. We've seen through the years with some of his freshmen, taking the initiative. Just walking in the game, we should win this game. I mean, from Kentucky. So I think this team's totally different. We have a lot of experience on this team. I wouldn't be surprised if we win by 20. I just really would. And I usually don't get that way. I'm a little more critical, but I like the way we're playing right now. I mean, pretty happy. Did listen to Barkley and Vitale. As much as I like Vitale, and he's always got my prayers, with what he's dealt with. The biggest issue I have with Dick EV is, anytime he can bring up Duke or Cameron Boozer, he does it. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's playing or not.
Yeah.
He's
so,
like
I mean, if you're talking about
he's like Collinsworth shooing in Patrick Mahomes in like just the weirdest play ever.
I mean, it's just it just gets over. I just get tired of hearing that. Barkley actually called. I think this was the second time this year, if I'm not mistaken. Colton maybe be able to tell me, but I believe he called him and Dickie V did the Indiana-Kentucky game at Rupp this year in December. I remember right. But I don't really have much. I mean, I'm just excited. I didn't even watch the end of the game. I'm glad Texas won. Those first 4 are kind of hard for me to get into. But I watched a little bit of them, and I am anxious to watch the Miami of Ohio game tonight, just because of all the talk around them this year.
I hope they win.
Should they or shouldn't they? Yeah, I do too. You'll never see me root for a Texas. I mean, happy Texas won for the conference, but I'm not gonna root for SMU, especially SMU. So, but that's all I got. You guys have a good one, and I look forward to seeing who we're playing in the second round, which I guess we'll know immediately after we beat Hawaii. So
there you go,
thanks, guys.
Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. Hey, one point I want to make on Darius, and he is a freshman All-American like Sidney Moncrief was in '79. Just how he goes about things and how stoic and how centered he is. He'll show emotion from time to time. Like he made a great pass to Malik Youn in the Vanderbilt championship game. And it's honestly the most emotion he showed all game. leading to a teammate's bucket. But just how smooth he is. And he'll occasionally look at an official and ask for a call, like when he got bumped out of bounds and still made that three. But there's a reason Cal and others have talked about his demeanor, Tommy. That's a real thing, especially as a 19-year-old kid. Not a lot, that doesn't happen.
Well,
to be that way at his age.
His maturity is beyond a freshman year. I mean,
my gosh, yeah.
I mean, and you can just see that in the public side of what we get to see with him. You can see the way his teammates, when given the moment, celebrate around him. He is the alpha dog on this team, and that's something you're born with. That's something you're blessed with. I don't think that's something you're coached to do. And he has figured it out. And it's hard sometimes, particularly when you're 22 or 23 or one of the older guys on the team by age, to yield to the leadership of someone that's 2 or 3 years younger. That it means that gap's a much bigger gap at that age, and yet he's earned that, and he's won all of those guys over around him, and they listen.
And that's where I was going to go next, for them to be accepting.
Yeah.
Because to your point, for Billy, who was here last year, TB's in his 5th year of college basketball. Nick's, I think, in his 5th or 6th year of college basketball. Malik, I think, is in his 3rd. These are older guys by several years in some cases. And, that's not earned. You can have your teammates respect as being a walk-on or respect, but you really earn it when you play in the caliber and the manner that he's played this season. And they defer to him because he's come through time and time again. And him and Malik are so complementary together, too. He doesn't have a great second game, at least scoring. Malik pours in 20+. Yep. So they've been really good hand-in-hand as true freshmen this season.
All right, 9:21 here on the Morning Rush. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open for calls or text at 877-377-6963. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, but St. Patrick's Day has become one of the deadliest holidays on our nation's roads. In 2023 alone, 63 people were killed in drunk driving crashes over the St. Patrick's holiday period. Of those, 44 involved drunk drivers with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.15 or higher, way past double the legal limit. There's no excuses for drunk driving. We know it's illegal. It's deadly. And if you think your bar tab's expensive, a DWI can set you back thousands of dollars in court costs, fines, lost time at work, higher insurance rate, and the list goes on and on. Don't depend on the luck of the Irish. Please remember, drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Hog Update when we come back live in Portland.
Everybody's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'll face with you guys.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Melvin, I disagree.
Well, you're good at that.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Or online at harryrobinson.com.
This spring, you're organizing closets, decluttering drawers, and maybe even scrubbing places no one will ever look. But here's a thought. Why not declutter your internet, too? If your shows keep buffering, your games lag, or your video calls freeze, that's digital clutter, and you don't have to live with it. Switch to Wave Rural Connect Fiber for fast, reliable internet that keeps your home running clean and clear all season long. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372.
Flu vaccines, both regular and high dose for seniors, are now available at Law's Drugstore in Fort Smith. Call 452-6116 to schedule your shot appointment. Usually there is no cost when covered by your insurance. Law's Drug has COVID vaccines, RSV vaccines for ages 60 plus. Pneumonia and tetanus shots are also available. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
When our community needs someone to step up, Limbird Real Estate Group steps up. As a presenting sponsor of Champions for Children Give-a-thon, supporting Arkansas Children's Northwest, Tara Limbird and her team are invested in the families of Northwest Arkansas. And when it comes to selling your home, they step up there too. With over $1 billion sold, a full team of experienced agents, high-octane marketing, and even a cash offer in as little as 72 hours. Limbird delivers results. When it matters most, trust the team that shows up. Go to LimbIrdTeam.com. LIMBIRD team.com.
Bounce on into Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas for the best deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Whether you're looking for a motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler, we have them all here at Crabtree. So avoid the madness of crowded cities and hotels this summer by taking your family team on the open road with the perfect RV from Crabtree RV Center. Conveniently located at the junction of I-40 and I-49, family owned and operated since 1950. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Gage Wood, no hits him. Has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Go Hog.
2-1. Ruiz with a high drive to left field. He nearly hit his first home run of the season over the weekend. He's got his first right here.
Little easier last night against the Northern Colorado Bears as they take them down 13-2 in Baum Walker Stadium. Run rule. I guess Ryder Helfrich ended it kind of in a weird way last night. Kind of bounced on the over the fence and then came back, and it was just kind of an odd deal last night as the Razorbacks took it at Baum Walker Stadium. And the Green Caps, Tommy.
Luck of the Irish. Everybody's shamrocking up, greened up for yesterday, and thankfully the grass out there is pretty green as well. Back at it 3 o'clock, a little earlier today, and man, we're getting some nice weather. We're headed towards mid to upper 80s in most places for the weekend, and going to be a nice afternoon at the ballpark, but a little earlier start today to get Northern Colorado out of town.
And what's the good thing about the game today? You
no
said it
Ruskin
earlier.
Zach?
No Ruskin. We got tickets to give away.
Yeah, we got some tickets to give away.
So we'll be
second
doing
best
that.
thing about today's game.
Yeah, the second best thing. We mentioned Darius Acuff being a first-team All-American, first Razorback to do so by the Associated Press and Cindy Moncrief. By the way, Jordan Smith won the Naismith High School Boys Player of the Year. So there's no way you can just say that he's going to be as good as Darius or close or whatever. But it's just nice to have that in your holster for next season.
We've been waiting 30 years for or more to see a player, and there's been some really good players that have come through our state and have come through this program, and we've waited for 30 or more years to see a player the caliber of Todd Day or Lee Mayberry, and we finally have seen one in 1 year. So the idea that another one's going to pop up next year is a foolish thought. So.
Yeah. The All-American list, I don't know if you caught them. Arkansas's played 2 of the 5 players, and you have one. You played Boozer at Duke. You played Toppin at Tech. Unfortunately, tore his ACL. Then you also played on the third team. You played Houck, Anderson, Philon, and Flemings. So we've talked about you played all Elite 8 teams. Well, all of the Elite 8 teams from last year are littered with talented players. Debanza, is it Debanza or Debanza? I've said it. I've heard it said both ways.
I've said it both ways. So.
Okay. AJD, he's here this weekend for BYU in Portland, so get a chance to watch him, which I'm excited about. And then the Lindenberg kid for Michigan is also a first-teamer who I have not got a chance to see in person. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see at some point. But he's outstanding. He's on the first team as well. So Darius is the only guard that they got listed on this thing.
All right, that's your Hog update. When it comes to banking, you deserve a pleasant and productive experience and one that puts you first, and that's what you're going to find at Sterling Bank, your community bank right here in Northwest Arkansas. Great customer service. Every transaction feels personal because they're not just your bankers, they're your friends and your neighbors. And at Sterling Bank, they are deeply committed to the people, the businesses, and organizations that make NWA thrive. Their passion for growth and progress, it fuels everything they do. And if you're looking for a local friendly bank, we found one for you. Sterling Bank, Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville. Learn more at stirbank.bank. Sterling Bank, invested in you, committed to Northwest Arkansas.
All right, here's the setup for the Razorbacks today. They begin practice at 1:15 Pacific, 3:15 Central Time. Cal will be meeting with the media here at 12:50 Pacific, 2:50 Central Time, and then the players will meet 15 minutes before that. So you're following High Point in Wisconsin in terms of the press conferences, and you're the fourth practice after High Point in Wisconsin and Hawaii today. So we get a chance to take in some of that. So make sure if you haven't already, you're following our social media pages because we'll have all that up for you. I really appreciate Foster Roofing and Walk-Ons being a part of our NCAA tournament coverage here in Portland. Foster Roofing's been leading the roofing coverage in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley for 30 years. They're going to make sure you have it all covered. They're locally owned, fully certified, licensed, and insured, and they're your trusted partner when it comes to roof repair, roof replacement, and new construction. Walk-On's perfect place for the NCAA tournament. 60 TVs in every location. If you want to watch it at home, you can take advantage of their catering. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win locations all over Arkansas. Again, check out their catering menu and order online today. It is cool to watch practice. I was actually talking to someone about this yesterday when Little Rock had its lone NCAA tournament first and second round. They used to have practices open to the public. They don't do that anymore, I think, unless you're just like a big-time booster. But it is cool to just kind of watch these guys warm up because you really don't get to in the regular season at all.
No, open practices in about any sport are a thing of the past. So, and social media's got a lot to do with that because we all, I don't know if you remember when Niall Davis got hurt in practice, but I sure do. And the family found out before something happens. The coaches just want to guard all that stuff. But, open practices are a fun thing when you get to finally see one. What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market. Easter's just around the corner, and Richards has everything you need, from Petit hams to fresh lamb, prime rib, or even tenderloin. Richard has everything you need for the great Easter spread with the homemade sides, garlic, scallop potatoes, mac and cheese, even that sweet apple pie that polishes everything off. And it's crawfish season. They got 30 to 35-pound sacks, so whatever you need, they've got you for crawfish season as well. Richards Country Meat Market, 479-443-0000. Swing by Richards just east of College and Rolling Hills Drive in Fayetteville.
All right, when we return, Tommy's got a good Morning Rush Daily question coming up.
Are you sure?
I hope so. I set you up, so you can't
pressure.
fail.
Now I'm under pressure.
And we'll share some more beefs here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday live from Portland, Oregon.
And the Hogs are ready to party in Portland. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Whether your roof needs repaired or totally replaced, Foster Roofing will make sure you have it all covered. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. If you're looking for the ultimate watch party, Walk-Ons has you covered with wall-to-wall TVs, scratch-made Louisiana favorites, and a full lineup of crap beers and cocktails. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
This is the Morning Rush.
The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupa at Taco Bell. You can't get just one. Okay, so that's not like some marketing hyperbole. You literally can't get just one. They come in 2s. So like, if you want just one, you're going to need to find a friend who loves slow roasted chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch sauce. Or a friend of a friend, or have an awkward conversation with a complete stranger to see if they're obsessed with chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch. Or you could just like eat them both because you're obsessed with slow roasted chicken, bacon. Okay, you get the idea. The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupa at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell U.S. locations for limited time while supplies last.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of road-ready certified pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's best lenders, Rath's got the River Valley's deepest bench ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Don't settle for just any used car. Make the switch to road-ready certified and save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. Voted best pre-owned cars in the River Valley. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual.
Now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford, as well as heavy-duty diesel repair and diagnostics.
Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
You've been dreaming of that new workshop, horse barn, or extra storage space? Now let Sutherland's make it a reality. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. From deluxe post frame packages to custom horse sheds, we have it all. And the best part, you don't have to lift a finger. Our expert crews handle the entire installation. Quality you can trust and service that's been family owned since 1917. 4 stores in Arkansas: Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart. Visit Sutherlands.com or stop by your local store today for a free estimate. No matter the project, we're here to help, because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Hey, this is Damien, and I've grown up around the kitchen at DK Fit Meals. My dad, David, the owner, started this business because he knows you're busy, but you still want food that's fresh, delicious, and actually good for you. Forget the fast food compromises. We're taking customized, ready-to-eat, healthy meals made right here in Fort Smith. Whether you pre-order for the week or ordering something from our grab-and-go frozen meals, we make it easy to stick to your goals. Stop settling and start performing. Get your next week of meals sorted today. Visit dkfitmeals.com, that's dkfitmeals.com, and taste the difference fresh food makes. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
You know, we spent time trying to figure out where Darius Acuff really stands in relation to the greatest Razorbacks of all time, and we were talking just a segment or two ago about him making the All-American team as a freshman, and that hasn't been done since Sidney Moncrief. But, you know, Moncrief's always in the discussion. Corliss is right there. Todd Day, Lee Mayberry, but they all have that common tie of at least getting to a Final Four in the postseason. Morning Rush Daily question is there any minimum expectation that Darius and this team has to achieve for him to cement in your mind as amongst that list of Sidney and Corliss and Todd Day and, you know, Delph Brewer, you know, that very elite group? Is there a postseason minimum that has to be accomplished in his one and only chance? That's the Morning Rush Daily question.
I think it's a lot easier to argue his greatness if he's able to do that, especially just one season. I think you could almost, even without a national championship, you could say if he made it to Indianapolis as a true freshman in a single year and was drafted top 5, top 3 overall, then it would be it would be easier to characterize him as the best Razorback that's come through. But I think the deal with him is we get caught up in just like not appreciate. You know, we have to have the GOAT debate about Jordan or anyone else, and it's just like, why don't we appreciate it? And you're seeing all these national analysts that have maybe been late to the party a little bit appreciate him. So, but yeah, I think
but legacies matter. Legacies do matter, and part of a legacy is postseason. All of those other players we mentioned had multiple postseason opportunities. Now, we saw a young group in 1990 go to Denver into the Final Four with the second set of triplets. But, you know, and had another chance, got beat by Kansas in the Elite Eight round, and then was short of another Final Four. But
Memphis too, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, and obviously Scotty and Corliss are in rare air of their own with the national championship, but the play is there. But I think when it comes to legacy and what we look back on and the conversations we're having 10 years from now, there is a little something that probably needs to be accomplished here.
You had to have two different conversations when it comes to this. When you talk about the best and then the greatest, it's two distinct things. Darius Acuff is the best basketball player that's ever come through here. That's just my opinion. Is he the greatest? No, because he'll only be here for 1 year. So the world and the game has changed entirely. Greatness is measured by how much your impact means to the program as a whole. There will be nobody that could ever replicate what Day, Mayberry, Miller, Corliss, Scotty, all of those guys did.
And Moncrief set the table.
Yes, because nobody will be here for that long anymore. But when it comes to actual basketball skill, you can have a different conversation, and there is nobody better than Darius Acuff, in my opinion.
So think about quarterbacks in the SEC recently. Think about the Tim Tebow versus Cam Newton comparison. So Tebow in 06 was a backup, helped them win a national championship. 07 wins the Heisman Trophy. 08 wins a national championship. 09 they get back to the SEC championship versus Cam Newton, one season at Auburn, didn't lose a game all year. So it's that single season versus 3 or 4 years that a lot of those guys, Tommy, you just listed had.
And one other, what does Moncrief and Corliss have in common?
There are
Arkansas.
Yeah,
Arkansas. And while their greatness on the floor is well defined, national championship, Final Four, maybe the best NBA career. I mean, that could be argued with Sydney, but it's certainly in the conversation of any former Razorback. Being an Arkansan just, I think, is the several cherries on top. Then but you look at Todd Day, Memphis, Mayberry, Tulsa connection, kind of in our region. Darius, Detroit, and I don't know that I'm just pointing out there's some differences, and he's not going to have year 2 as a sophomore, year 3 as a junior, nor should he, because his best, to use your analogy, Colton, might mean he's the best in the draft this year. But I just wonder when, we're having the conversation right now here in the recency, in the immediate, and it's easy to see what we've just seen and maybe not put it in perspective. And I think he belongs there. But is the lack of multiple postseasons, if they don't reach the Final Four this year, does that diminish anything when compared to players in a 50-year span? Hope not, because I think he belongs in that conversation, but I think it's a real question to really debate.
But to your question, Tommy, they do have to make it to one of those games with names, in my opinion, for it to really mean as much as it should at the end of this year. Because if they go and they get bounced in the round of 32, it's just a nice little story. You had a great player that was really good. He won all these awards, but your team did nothing.
All right, so Sweet 16 is what you're saying.
Got to be the minimum for me.
Ty, you got a minimum level?
Yeah, I said Sweet 16 a week ago. I mean, obviously, I'd like to see them farther than that. I don't know if they can beat Arizona.
Well, and unfortunately, they'll play them in the round of Sweet 16 if everyone advances. But you talk about a chance to really cement your legacy. Go have an all-time game against a 1 seed and produce that win, and then I don't think there's ever a debate. Even if you don't get past the next round and get to a Final Four, that win would be one for the ages.
Matt, I was listening. Matt made this argument yesterday, and we'll take some calls. William, Ryan, hang on just for a sec. Last thing on this. Matt made it. I mean, Darius is a first-teamer. They've got 2 honorable All-Americans in Jaden Bradley and Braden Burries, and they've got several other great players. But, I mean, you've got the best player on the floor if it gets to that point. So just something to think about. That's your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. We're live in Portland this morning. I know there's some courses out here in Oregon that you can play at Cart Pass Social. You can also watch all the NCAA tournament games, whether it's tonight or starting tomorrow when the action really heats up. Plus, you can play Augusta National and the Cart Pass Social Masters Invitational for weeks. It's always a great place for events. BYOB at Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Give Nate and Christian a call at 479-487-3622 or cartpasssocial.com. Let's
And
go to
Dudes
William.
is on. I'm sure you can play one of those courses from Oregon.
Yes, I actually got a message. Let's
Yeah.
see. Kyle Kavanaugh, Tommy, who's a Razorback fan, who actually works at Bandit Dunes, was a message. It's his birthday today. Shout out, Kyle.
Happy birthday.
All right, William.
We'd love to
what's
come
up,
out
man?
and see you here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And play the courses.
William, you
what's
still there?
up? Yeah, I'm here. Good morning, guys. I had a couple of beats. I'd like to share them, but I want to talk about A-Cup right quick. You brought that question up. I don't think that it'll be an argument to the end of time, right? The season he's had, the recognition he's had. But, I mean, the impact, like someone brought up the impact on the program. I mean, guys, like, I don't know if you guys are aware, like, we are national news. That man's name is the first one out of everybody's mouth. So there has been a hell of an impact. And I know that we have the National High School Player of the Year. I think we should have the College Basketball Player of the Year. And I know Cal got out there and recruited him, but I think A-Cup led to some impact on that too. So he is having impact on this program. If we lose in round one, there's that you cannot diminish what Darius A-Cup did in my opinion. He is unbelievable.
Well, but the question's not what diminishing anything he's done. Where does his legacy stand in relation to the Sidney Moncriefs and the Corlises with just one season and no comparable postseason? That's the question on the table.
I don't know how far Moncrief and them went as freshmen. I believe Corliss and Scotty lost to Carolina, Sweet 16 or 32. I can't remember that. Right?
Yeah, that's
But
the
they gave
point.
them
Those players had multiple postseasons. Darius won't. That's the point.
So my point is, let's compare their freshman years, Tommy. Okay, and to me, if he makes it to Sweet 16, there's no doubt, right? But if he loses in 32 or the first round, I still think it's an argument, right? I don't think that you can dilute anything that he's done compared to what those guys did in 1 year. It's a different game now, right?
Fair
and
enough.
So, and look, if we go out and we play Arizona in the Sweet 16, make it as far as Corliss and Scotty did, and we give them a game and we come up short, then what's the difference in the comparison? We built off that game with Carolina, bringing back Corliss and Scotty. We won the national championship the next year. We went outside 2 7-footers. Okay, so the hit it's a different game now.
But to Colton to Colton's point about best and greatness, Corliss isn't Corliss in our minds without that national title. You know, and Sydney's not Sydney without the Final Four appearance. Darius, at least right now, Darius right now, probably a better player in our minds than either of those two. And some of us aren't old enough to have seen Sidney Moncrief play. But the greatness of his play here and the immediacy of what we're seeing, name me a better player than what we've just seen.
I can't. So
Exactly.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I think that gets back to your point with Corliss and Sydney, them being Arkansas and us having that love for them. I never got to see Mr. Moncrief play. I think my uncle bought a car from him out there in Jacksonville or something. But I never got to see him play for the Hogs. I didn't get to see him play for the Bucks. But I think that love for them as Arkansas we had that, or that was there before they took the course. Now, Bush's freshman year, he got injured. It wasn't like this, right? Even Scotty's freshman year was not like this. I have never seen anything like this. And we may never see it again, but I will, every season that goes forward, he will be my standard that I measure against, and I hope I get to see something close to it. That's my opinion.
Yeah. William, thanks for the call. And you know, when you argue, particularly with greatest backcourts, and I don't put Corliss as a backcourt player, obviously. You know, there were others to go, you know, the triplets, you know, Sidney, Marvin, Ron Brewer. You know, when you talk about Todd Day, Lee Mayberry automatically comes out of your mouth. With Darius, I mean, he's got good players around him, but I don't know about all-time greats. You know, so what he has done, what my point is, that makes what we've seen even greater because he hasn't had the supporting cast, or I would argue he doesn't have the supporting cast that Sidney or Todd Day and Lee Mayberry had together, or even Corliss. So,
well, the good thing is we still get to watch him play basketball starting tomorrow at 3:25.
I think he is one of the greatest. I just, you know, in your mind, does he have to have a certain level to get there. Hey, we're brought to you by LureNet.com. It is fishing season. Weather's warming up, and if you want to get on the water, get that tackle box lined up right now. Go to LureNet.com and find all your favorite brands: Bobby Garland, Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more. Or you can go to Bass Pro Shops, Academy, your favorite local tackle shops like old Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith. They'll have exactly what you're looking for as well. If you order at LureNet.com, they've got free shipping on orders over $35 right now as well. That's LureNet.com or your favorite local tackle shops made in Arkansas. It's all at LureNet.com.
All right, when we come back, Richard Davenport's going to join us here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday live in Portland, Oregon at the NCAA tournament.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanAR.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at BeefIt'sWhat'sForDinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of BeefIt'sWhat'sForDinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of road-ready certified pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's best lenders, Rath's got the River Valley's deepest bench ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Don't settle for just any used car. Make the switch to road-ready certified and save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. Voted best pre-owned cars in the River Valley. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine. On North 11th Street is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle. Also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle. 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith. 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies with highs around 70, a west to southwest wind gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear to partly cloudy tonight with lows in the mid to upper 40s. Sunny skies and warmer on Thursday with highs in the lower 80s. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, you're listening to ESPN 95.3.
ERX Paris Fort Smith.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
You could drink beer.
The superior light beer for the social athlete.
But let me ask you, how much can we really practice today? We're showing tape. Can't practice. We didn't get in until 2 in the morning. We played 3 games in 2.5 days, and we got to play Thursday. We could have played in the evening. Now let's make them play at 1. And you know what? No one wants to hear it, and I'll use it. Believe me when I tell you. Don't tell anybody, but I will use it to our benefit.
According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Broncos are trading for Miami wide receiver Jalen Waddle.
Of all the places I want to visit, Portland's not at the top of the list.
Yeah, you said that. I mean, that's where Arkansas's playing. They could send me to North Korea, and if Arkansas's playing in North Korea, I want to go watch them in the NCAA tournament.
I bet we could raise a hell of a collection to send you to North Korea. Yeah,
you legally can't.
One-way ticket.
Don't think I would.
Clay's in for the first 1,000. I already got a text. Clay's in for $1,000.
Who's going to? We have 15. He's going to match that one by one.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
All right, it is hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. We are in Portland, Oregon this morning, thanks to our friends at Foster Roofing and Walk-On Sports Bistro. Made it in last night. Going to hear from John Calipari and some players later on today. Watch them practice. Make sure you're following our social media pages leading up to this game tomorrow. And, guys, really, we had 2 good games last night between UMBC and Howard, and then Texas and North Carolina State. Started off strong here in the first 4.
Yeah. And I think see 2 good games tonight. Of course, that ending to the Texas game is going to be hard to match. But I'm like a lot of us. I think I'm in the majority. Hard to get into these Tuesday and Wednesday games. The tournament starts on Thursday. I mean, I wouldn't even call it an appetizer to kind of get you ready. But we'll see, because there's usually one game a night that will really interest you. All right, Ty is live in Portland, as he mentioned, brought to you by Foster's Roofing and by Walk-Ons. If you're looking for a place to watch the game, Walk-Ons has you ready with 60 TVs in every location. Foster Roofing can take care of all your roofing needs. Visit roofwithfoster.com today. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday. It's brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. They're here for crawfish season. Live crawfish by the sack, about 30 to 35 pounds. Just make sure you order by Wednesday, today, for weekend pickup. So if you're wanting to have crawfish for this weekend, Richards has you covered. 479-443-0000, or swing by Richards just east of College and Rolling Hills Drive in Fayetteville. Have you guys filled your brackets out yet? Yes. Have you been to hitthatline.com?
Yes.
Got your official Morning Rush, put it out in front of the world bracket for our Mach 1 Motorsports Bracket Challenge. Motorcycle Madness giveaway. Is it up and ready to roll?
Mine's not. I did some of it last night and yesterday, but it's not fully up just yet.
Yeah, I've got to get started. I haven't even done that. But if you'd like to have a chance to win a motorcycle from Mach 1 Motorsports, get your bracket in now. If you fill out your bracket, you're automatically entered into that contest. We'll be giving you more details. We got great prizes for all of the rounds. Brought to you by Mach 1 Motorsports and by Moix RV of Arkansas, Swift's Jewelry, Fayetteville's trusted jeweler since 1956, by Twin Peaks and Rogers, and by Butler Furniture in Mountain Home. Our other great sponsors giving some great prizes: Grit Garage Door, Phil Wright Autoplex, Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Century Bank of the Ozarks, Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, and West Ark Yamaha. Ty, you got till 11 o'clock tomorrow, 25 hours or so, to get your bracket in, or you'll be left behind.
Yeah, got to get it in, and including myself and Tommy. We got to take advantage of that. All right, Ryan's in Hot Springs this morning. Ryan, go ahead. You're on the Morning Rush.
Not there.
Ryan was in Hot Springs. All right, well, we can try that later. 877-377-6963. Richard Davenport's going to join us coming up in just a bit. Another beef an hour or two you have on What's Your Beef Wednesday?
Not finding True TV. I wish the, whether it's YouTube TV, Hulu, Dish, whatever you have, do everybody a service this time of the year. And I know there's some ways I can create a second guy, but shouldn't we put True TV, TNT, TBS, and CBS just right in a row on the guide?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be, that's a beef of mine, is because True on mine is like channel 242, and then it's like 135 and 6 for TBS. They're next door to each other. Then CBS is way up at the top at 5. Now, I've got a button where I can put all 4 on a guide by itself, but that, it's not overly cumbersome. But let's just put for 3 weeks, and really it's about 2 because True TV kind of fades off after the first weekend. Let's put all those. Let's just, if Washington wants to get something done that really helps the American people, whether it's YouTube, Hulu, Dish, Direct, it doesn't matter. Those 4 channels should go in a row on the guide. Let it so be written, let it so be done.
I'm with you 100%. Now, on Hulu, they do let you go to the recent, so those are all right there. But you're right. After a while, True TV goes back to regular programming, and I don't want Impractical Jokers on my TV right now.
And I know that you can go in with YouTube and do it yourself on the computer. I don't want to have to do it myself. Just do it for me.
You still have channel numbers?
Yes, I do. Don't laugh at me. Don't mock me.
Mine is just on streaming, so there's no
and I don't
channel numbers.
Well, like
anymore.
on YouTube, I don't like the fact that they're in alphabetical order.
Me too. That's stupid.
So anyway.
I'm going to save a beef. Colton, are you feeling thin-skinned or thick-skinned today?
Uh-oh.
You can go ahead.
It's going to
jump
be
on now or
hit.
later. That's fine. Just don't expect a retort.
I'm
not a lifeless body.
I will tease that for later. But let's talk to our buddy Richard Davenport.
That sounds good.
Richard Davenport on the Morning Rush is brought to you by House of Webster and Rogers.
I say I'm trying to watch what I eat. Well, I cheated the other night.
When it comes to flavor, nobody does it better than House of Webster.
That's what makes them different than others. They have so many different flavors.
Locally made jams, jellies, salsas, and sauces for over 90 years.
Surely you're going to find one that you really, really like, or you're going to like them all.
All right, RD, you going to get much work done next 2 days? I would imagine recruiting's not exactly the highest priority. I know we got spring ball, but is it going to be a lazy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday here these next 4 days?
Semi-lazy, yeah, for sure. I'll do some work, but at the same time, my eyes will be on the TV too. So, and with basketball, I mean, obviously, they can still recruit, but their main focus is on the tournament. And then in football, Thursday, they'll have their last practice and the last opportunity to have kids on campus until spring break is over. So it's kind of a good time to do a little bit of work and also pay attention to the TV.
See, I've convinced everybody watching the games is work. So that's been my that's been my argument for years. You know, hey, well, I got to watch these games. I got a show to do. I mean, this is work.
It's prep work.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Richard, you mentioned basketball recruiting. I know these aren't recruits anymore; they're signees, and Abdul Toure, J.J. Andrews, and Jordan Smith. But I mean, Smith gets the Naismith. J.J. wins. That was it. Max Prep's Player of the Year in the state. You got 2 more studs coming here to campus this summer, ready to play this next season, or I guess 3.
Yeah. And Torrey, he'll most likely win the Connecticut Max Preps Gatorade. I mean, that's what he did last year, award this year too. So yeah, I mean, you got the national guy of the year, and both guys, other 2 guys well represented in postseason honors too. So yeah, all 3 of them are 5-star prospects, and not a lot of schools can say that.
What about the idea of like JJ talking about watching this team play and watching the team in the SEC tour? What's that like for a senior? Kind of like when Darius was here a year ago or so, watching the team play in Butterwell. What's that like to watch the team you're eventually going to play for and the coach you're going to play for?
Well, I imagine you're just you want to be out there, number one, and number two, you're just real proud of your future team showing well in postseason play. And you're kind of envisioning yourself being out on the court, during the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament, and making a difference. And it's got to be exciting for those guys, especially when you make a decision, and especially when you make a decision with Coach Cal and Arkansas. You're most likely going to see postseason play, but to see them win the SEC title, tournament title for the first time and forever, you gotta be pumped up about that, and obviously they'll all 3 of them will be reporting to Fayetteville in a couple of months, and have a little bit of a pep in their step, and who knows? I mean, especially if Arkansas goes deep and does well in the coming days and weeks.
How is Darius being heralded with recruits both inside our state and outside that might be in their sophomore or junior year? I'm sure you're talking to some of those that are, down the road a year or 2. His play and the attention it's garnering from the media, I imagine there's a lot of 15, 16, 17-year-olds that are watching him and saying, man, there's a guy I'd like to pattern my game after.
Exactly. I mean, hey, when you're a top prospect, you think, well, hey, why not me? Why not me? And what we're seeing, I mean, even fans that have been around for a long time. I've been, I go back to the 70s as far as Razorback basketball, about mid-70s, well, early 70s, to be honest with you. And we're just seeing something we've never seen before as far as a Razorback having the type of season that he's having. And it's just you cannot not be impressed, and especially then what you do is you see what he's done, and then you look at the list, especially guards that Cal's had throughout his career, and you go, wow. I mean, it's hard to turn down, especially if you're a guard.
So he gets an All-American honor yesterday. There's only been 2 to do that in their freshman year at Arkansas, Darius and some guy named Sidney Moncrief, you might have heard of. Help us put it in the right context to accomplish being considered, by all the writers and the people that vote in these things as one of the 5 or 6 greatest players in the country, but then to do it in your freshman year. It's one thing to make an All-American list. Others have done that. Not very many people do it their freshman season.
No, you're exactly right, Tommy. I mean, that's it seems like it's happening more and more over the last 10, 15 years. It's happened in the past, I'm sure, but in the last 10, 15 years, it seems like it's kind of accelerated. You got these kids that have been playing, top competition in spring and summer basketball, and they're exposed to so much as far as going up against top-level competition year in and year out during those spring and summer events. And that kind of elevates your game, I think, a little bit and helps them get ready for college. And I think that's why you're seeing guys excel so early in their college career.
I think it started with Tebow winning the Heisman as a freshman, as a redshirt freshman, because until that point you didn't win the biggest awards, you didn't get the biggest honors, you had to pay your dues, your comeuppance a little bit. And I think to some degree when that changed, it made it okay in other sports to honor freshmen. Hey, these guys are going to be one and dones. We're not going to get another opportunity. Kind of put it on more of a level playing field.
No, another good point, Tommy. I think you're right. It kind of broke the seal a little bit for voters, thinking, well, he needs to earn his honors, rewards, pay your dues, and like with Darius and a lot of other one and dones, you don't have an opportunity to do that. So you have to recognize great talent, and regardless of what year they are eligibility wise. But no, that's a great point, Tommy.
Talking with Richard Davenport this morning, Whole Hog Sports Arkansas Democrat Gazette, brought to you by the House of Webster. RD, how far do you envision Arkansas going here these next few weeks?
Oh, they can go to the Final Four, but also they could. It's so unpredictable. I mean, if you have a bad shooting day, matchups are not exactly as good as you'd hope. Some team plays above their level, and you play a little below your level. They could. You would tend to think that they should be able to come out on top for sure against Hawaii, but there have been upsets in the 12 and 5 seed. 4 and those type seeds, but it just depends whoever gets hot. And I know Arkansas's obviously been hot after going through the SEC tournament and winning it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be hot in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
How do you think the SEC is going to fare this year?
I think they're probably going to do a little better than people anticipate. I really do. I mean, and if you look at the top 20, 25, I think there's about 15 teams or so that could win the national championship if they get hot. And but at the same time, there are some, it does appear right now that Arizona, the top 4 seeds, seem to have an edge on the rest of the field. But we're going to find out, obviously, because they're going to have to face some teams that they haven't played before. Don't have a really good, they'll have a scouting report, but you don't know until you really get out there on the floor and see how the matchups are. You anticipate by basis of film and stuff like that, but sometimes playing against one another for the first time. There's some surprise as far as matchups and things like that. So I do think that it's a pretty wide open, but those first four teams do seem to be a slightly above everybody else.
And you talk about scouting reports. Obviously, you know who you're playing with Hawaii, but you've got enough staff now. You can split that staff's assignments up. I'm sure there are part of this coaching staff and support staff that are already zeroing in on High Point and probably to a greater degree Wisconsin, and then you get to that point and then they start looking at the teams you might face the next weekend. You'll have a little more time, but you at least can narrow your focus in this thing, not just to Hawaii, but getting to the next game on Saturday and getting a little advanced, a little ahead on the scouting for one of your two potential opponents on the weekend.
You hear about advanced scouting numerous times over the years, especially with football, but it also pertains to basketball too. Arkansas seems like they're starting to get to the point, as far as football, they're going to be able to do that with increase in personnel, and with Coach Cal when he came on board, they definitely increased the size of the staff, and that they're able to do that too. So that's huge in itself, being able to be prepared. Like maybe some teams in the past been able to be prepared where, when you had lacked personnel, you didn't have that luxury.
Yeah. Well, Richard, I'm looking forward to sitting down in my easy chair, watching some games, and guys, I'm gonna break out some of that salsa from House of Webster, little chips, that pickle salsa. I need to Ty. I need to get some of that peach mango habanero salsa
Yeah, I know
because
that's your go-to.
ooh man. So Richard, that'd be a great way to enjoy March Madness.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I had some of the peach and mango the other day with some nachos, but all you got to do is go to House of Webster's website. I promise you'll find something that appeals to you. Order something, give them a try, and you won't be disappointed because everything I've tried, I thought, hey, this is good quality, really good. But there's some that I like maybe a little better than others, but I haven't been disappointed with any of them. But and before we go, I just want to say a shout out to Dennis Brandt. He works at House of Webster's. He's a big fan of the show and loves the Razorbacks, and I know he's always listening, and hopefully he's listening today and he hears the shout out. He's a good guy.
Their whole staff loves the Razorbacks. Stop in the gift shop today at House of Webster and Rogers and tell them we sent you, and you're going to get a free gift courtesy of our buddy R.D. Richard Davenport. Richard, good stuff as always, man. Go enjoy some of that salsa this weekend and enjoy the games that we have had starting really tomorrow. I know we got the first four still on tonight, but really it gets going tomorrow.
No doubt, no doubt. I always enjoy it, guys, and I appreciate you guys so much.
All right, thanks, R.D. Tommy, my dad, if I remember this correctly, the story he told us, he got snipped right around this time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of guys, if they're going to do that, this is the weekend they do that. You sit with an ice pack and you'll watch games the next 4 days.
That's
and
good
you don't
timing.
do squat.
This week or the Masters week, one of the other. You get that done on Thursday morning, and you could watch 4 days of basketball or 4 days of golf. So
listen, I love to play golf, and I enjoy watching the Masters, and especially when it's competitive and there's maybe a guy that comes out of the woodworks or something. But this is the best weekend of the sporting calendar, and I don't think it's close.
Well, it'll be a lot of fun. Get your brackets filled out. Go to hitthatline.com, our Mach 1 Motorsports motorcycle giveaway. We'll get you all the details. Hitthatline.com. You'll see the bracket tab there. You can do it on your phone, tablet, computer. You can create your own groups, Ty. That's what I like about our setup. So you got an office group. Don't use the ESPN or the Yahoo or whatever. Use our platform. All of your participants are eligible for our prizes. You can do your own $50 pool or whatever you're doing at your place. But you can also be eligible for all of our prizes. You can make it a public or a private group. So it's really easy to set up, and I think you'll enjoy the ease of the navigation with our bracket online tool. So get your office groups and use our group and create your own private or public groups. Hitthatline.com and click on the bracket contest.
Mm-hmm. It's a great thing to do, and like Tommy's saying, you can do your own group
Yep.
on our website at hitthatline.com/bracket.
Well, one thing you got to do is get up and down the roads during March Madness, Ty, and that means Rath Auto Resources can get you there, whether you're repairing your own car and maintenance in it or a brand new ride from Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Springdale.
Yeah, through the end of March, all Mitsubishi's 2025s are incredible deals right now, and I know that David's really excited about that and what's been going on at Rath Mitsubishi, and Tommy talking about the Meineke Car Care Center at both locations as well. But again, 0% on those 2025 models through the end of the month. They're trying to get rid of them and make room for the 2026s. The road-ready certified vehicles at both locations, especially in Fort Smith. Larry's really stocked up that inventory as well. And you can always, again, come by and see them, and they're going to look for your trade. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, serving you on both sides of the tunnel. Larry is your fishing guy, and David's your pop culture guy. You can ask him about either topics, and I guarantee you they don't just know about cars, but they know about those as well. All right, when we come back, again, we're live in Portland, Oregon this morning, thanks to our friends Foster Roofing and Walk On Sports Bistro. Going to get into our SEC update, more beefs as well. Stay with us. What's Your Beef Wednesday rolls on next.
Well, he's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
My beef with you guys.
Look like a Christmas tree right now, so.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC Canyon for as low as $399 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. My favorite sport is hockey. I love the ice, the sliding, and especially the hits, but I don't love those things on our roads. Winter weather is here, so slow down and drive defensively. But if a bad driver gets past your goalie, call me to make a power play against the insurance company. After 13 years of settling car wreck claims, I've got more than a few tricks in my hat. Call 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
You stop it.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
When it's time to stock the bar, fill the cooler, or grab the perfect bottle, stop by River Point Wine and Spirits. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer at the right price. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. So come stock up for game night, date night, or the weekend ahead. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less. As their official Lutzierge, I get a lot of questions about it from people who let the Lutz go to their heads. Like the ones who get the new mini taco salad in its crispy tortilla shell bowl and want to know if they should be eating it with a mini taco salad fork. Which, no. Just use the fork that comes in the bag. Don't let the Lutz go to your head. Try Taco Bell's new $3 or less Lutz Value Menu today. At participating Taco Bell stores while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Since 1967, one name has defined performance in the River Valley. Wheeler Power Sports, the 9th oldest Kawasaki dealer in the country. Right now, the future has arrived. Come witness the 250 horsepower Kawasaki Terex Supercharged H2. It's a game changer. With over 300 vehicles in stock, we've got your Ninjas, your Gixxers, and the full Polaris lineup. From Razors to the Ranger XD 1500. Financing is available with approved credit. We also buy used bikes. Text or swing by for a quote today. Wheeler Power Sports in historic downtown Fort Smith. Keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Crunch time here, down to 2. Mark for the lead. 1 second left. Oh, come on, Mark.
I know he's donning burnt orange, but I was happy for Tremont Mark hitting that shot last night as Texas advances. I was curious if their assistant coach was going to get a technical for running on the court. Colton, we were talking about it earlier. A lot of times you'll see players maybe jump the gun, but I don't know if I've ever seen an assistant coach run on to be the only one.
You have to have a little bit of wherewithal for sure. Yeah, that was bad. And Sean Miller, I've never seen him more incensed than he was in that moment. He was about to. It looked like Tommy yelling at you, Ty. I mean, it was very.
Would you have called it? Would you have called it technical in that situation?
Oh, see, that's a toughie. I know that. Why don't you ask the official who's here?
Probably not by rule of it, and unless they were trying to inbound the ball and it actually interrupted the flow of the game. No, because the clock has stopped. It's a dead ball because you're inside the last minute. But now back up. It's a coach for what team?
Texas.
Double technical foul, throw him out of the arena.
Well, I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that response.
Yeah. Double barrel, you're gone.
Guys, I don't have my bracket in front of me. I know they play a 6 seed. What 6 seed did they play?
They get BYU
after. Okay. So yeah, they're here.
DeBanza, yeah.
Yeah. They'll play.
If it wasn't for Texas, BYU wouldn't be in the Big 12. So
yeah. There'll be a lot of NBA scouts and GMs here in Portland, Oregon, because you got AJ and you got Darius here. And I mean, who knows? One of these guys can make a case. And Darren Peterson very still much in the conversation, but it sure seems like, fellas, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, those are the main 3. I don't know, Boozer. I need to toss Boozer in there. That was short side on my board. So those are the main 4 I feel like that have a chance to go number 1. I haven't really heard of anyone else. Of y'all?
No.
I'm not in the know.
Darius is new to that conversation, you know.
Yeah, and he has been. And I guess I don't know. Maybe this is a lame beef, but it's like, why did y'all get so late to the party? Like, what have you? And maybe it's just because SEC basketball is more like just people watching the South, and yeah, the SEC championship. But this kid's played in national games. It's not like he's been playing the Sisters of the Poor all season. They played in 5 marquee non-conference games, and I think he played good in 2 or 3 of them.
I think you just answered your own question. Arkansas in those early season marquee games didn't fare as well, didn't win at the clip they did in SEC play. Those games helped get him ready for those bigger moments on maybe brighter stages. But at Thanksgiving, we're not really thinking college basketball. But Arkansas plays Duke, but he comes up, his team comes up short. So I think to answer your question, it's because of those games you're talking about with Michigan State, with Duke. The game with Houston, those that you didn't fare as well on the scoreboard, probably got people off to a little bit of slow start on Arkansas and Acuff.
He's also shooting 50% from beyond the arc in this past month with 7 assists. So just in this past month, he's really elevated his game.
Yeah. What's cool to me is when the shot clock's getting late or the play clock's getting late, maybe at the end of half, and he's got the ball, you just feel like it's going to go in. Especially if it's at the top of the key. Like if I'm an opposing point guard or shooting guard or any defender for that matter, I'm just thinking of myself and my stance, I'm cooked. Like he's either going to blow by me or he's going to hit a step back in my face, and there is just no chance. How many has he hit? I know he hit 2 in Nashville. I feel like he's hit 5 or 6 of those this year to close out a half.
And
I don't
those
think
are
I
momentum swingers sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it took you from being down 1 to up 2 against Vandy, right? I think it was 41. You were down 39-38, it made it 41-39. Just your mindset. Just think about how your mindset changes up 2 versus down 1.
No, exactly. And in that sequence that you're talking about, he hit that 3 falling away right before. Vanderbilt had all the momentum heading into half. And then he knocks down those 2 threes and completely shifts, like you're saying, the focus and kind of where things are at. And Arkansas was able to – they kind of started slow in that second half, but then turned it on kind of the middle to the latter half of that second half. And now now you're waking up here on Wednesday morning and you're an SEC champion after 26 years.
I've got to believe his ability to blow by defenders and get downhill to the basket, the speed and quickness of this team, it's just going to be too much for Hawaii. And we'll see what the matchup is, but I think Arkansas can outscore Wisconsin or High Point, either one. I just don't know that they can match up with the speed if Arkansas plays well. Now, Darius can't have another game, and I know he ended up with 30-plus. I get all that. But think about how many he could have had of those early drives to the rim, like in the game with Vanderbilt. They weren't going in. He probably missed 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6 early on drives, on balls that could have just as easily went down, but they didn't. And I've got to believe on the biggest stage now that he's ever played in or played on, and that will be the NCAA tournament, his game's going to go to another level. He's done nothing but prove to me that when the lights are the brightest, he's a gamer. And
all right,
I think those shots will go in.
Let's keep our SEC update going. Colton, are you beefing that Waddle's been traded to the Broncos to play with Bo Nix?
Yeah,
his old rival.
Former Alabama Crimson Tide wide receiver Jalen Waddle for the SEC tie-in there. Kind of just disappointed that the Dolphins are basically throwing in the towel on their season here in early March. They went and they got their number one free agent, which was backup quarterback Malik Willis. And that's basically who they're going to be building their team around. And Malik had a really good finish to the season, I do believe, for Green Bay up there. But they're just basically throwing in the towel. It's a little bit of a beef of mine that they're basically giving up already this season. I'm pretty close to giving up on them. If it wasn't for that beautiful shade of aqua and orange, I'd probably, have left them a long time ago. But it's disappointing whenever teams basically are just this permeates throughout sports. Tanking and like the draft lottery in the NBA and guys sitting out so their team won't win. All that stuff to me, that non-competitiveness, it's disgusting, and there doesn't need to be any of that anymore in sports. You should penalize teams for intentionally trying to suck to get better players, and I don't know what the Dolphins are doing. They're trying to, I guess, build their team through the draft. Well, they suck at drafting too, so who knows? That's my beef. That's one beef
really
I have.
Bleak outlook with the Dolphins organization.
I will never have that
you and Dr. Charlie are just an eternal
two kindred souls
purgatory,
just suffering together.
All right, that is your SEC update. We're live in Portland, Oregon this morning, getting ready for Arkansas's matchup against the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors tomorrow at 3:25.
And we're brought to you by Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. I've gotten to the point I'm losing enough weight. People are noticing. People that I'm not around every day. I pulled up somewhere the other day. We were in Herman's the other day, and Nick hadn't seen me in a while, and it makes you feel good. When someone notices your progress. I'm noticing the progress now with the peptides and the NAD plus in addition to the weight loss, and that's the thing that Vici's done for me. They've coupled those two things together with a customized program that has really worked for me, and it's making a difference. My clothes are fitting better. I'm at the point where I've dropped a shirt size. Now we're getting close to maybe down to 2 shirt sizes, and the pants are a little bit looser and more comfortable. And I tell you what, my workouts, I feel even better because I feel like I'm getting a lot more done when I'm going to the gym. How's your testosterone level? If you had that checked, one of the things they'll do is they'll take a blood, draw blood, and then they'll check that level for you, plus your vitamin levels and other levels, and get you on the right path to get anything that's deficient back to where it needs to be to give you the energy and to make you feel better and perform better in your everyday life. So ask about Samorlin, glutathione, NAD+, plus customized weight loss programs and testosterone therapy with Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. And I'll tell you what, we'll go one step further. How about 10% off your total program? So if you're wanting to not only look better and feel better, but save a little money, now is the time with Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. Mention you heard it right here. Tell them Tommy was talking about it, and you want your 10% off with Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. 479-343-8424 is the number. 343-8424, or go to ViciAestheticsandWellness.com.
All right, Tommy, you mentioned Bandon Dunes yesterday. Kyle said he'd like to get you out there.
Kyle, I'm all in.
You can coordinate that.
We can do the show from there. There's a lot of things we'll offer up.
There is an asterisk.
Free of charge.
Bring me.
I want to go so bad I'll even go with Ty. That tells you how bad I want to go. So
and he'll pay for me, in addition, right?
Well, I was hoping that our buddy there could maybe get us on. We could do some promotion of the course and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we.
You don't think that's going to work out?
I'm I can sway people when I need to. I'll see what I can do. Kyle,
right.
again, happy birthday to him. All right,
Kyle,
let's
we can
see.
be there. We can be there in a month or two.
Yeah, once basketball's over.
I don't know. I'll have to check Ty's schedule. He's got about 10 golf trips already lined up.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I do have Nicole, and I just wanted to gauge your temperature.
Go ahead. You're not going to get through this
thick.
without bumbling it.
So
go ahead.
Yesterday,
you seem confident in that.
I'm in the DFW airport, and I get a couple texts and calls about a certain social media post that made yesterday. And this happens. I've done this before. I posted something that was taken out of context or the wrong way. And so Colton yesterday, under Tommy's, I'm guessing, direction, I wasn't in the studio or in the office, so I'm just going to guess you told him to do so. Told him, hey, we can't. Westwood One owns the rights to the Arkansas basketball games, so we can't air them on Hit That Line.
Yeah, the streaming rights, the audio streaming rights. So listening online has got an exclusive partner with Westwood One, and we're not allowed to stream our Chuck and Z. We can't stream that at hitthatline.com. Not allowed to.
Well, I mean, we could circumvent the rules, but you just refuse. You're a rule follower, which is fine.
I like not getting sued.
Which is fine. Whatever. But so yesterday, Colton puts out this post on our social media accounts that at least I took it, and several others apparently did too, that insinuated that we could not air any Arkansas basketball games across our radio stations in addition to the streaming.
No.
So I have we have a number of great coworkers, but I'm getting texts and calls that have been freaking out, and I'm
still charging my phone from that. Yeah.
The clients wise, I didn't necessarily get a bunch of client calls. Now personally, Colton, I thought it was funny.
Oh, I know you did. You chimed right.
I thought it was
that's
hilarious.
Ha ha ha. He he he.
I thought it was funny, and it was just like, listen, a little lighthearted twist from time to time is funny, but several of our staff members and clients did not, even though you didn't.
And I would like to apologize to the staff members and clients because my intention was never to incite a panic.
No.
It was my fault. I made a mistake, and I'm happy to admit that.
It was just the wording was off.
The wording was off, and
your
I made
intent
it
was good.
Now my intent was good.
But
now,
just to clarify, are we going to air the games on the radio
absolutely,
stations?
they'll be there.
Yes.
They will
All
be there.
them?
All the radio stations except for our streaming.
All the
partner here
games.
at Hit That Line. Every single game. Yes.
Every dribble.
Every dribble will be called.
Every
time Z goes, they got a chance, Chuck. Every time that will be broadcasted.
Every
on
time
ESPN
Z doesn't like a call from the referee, he goes, we'll have that.
We'll have that. ESPN 90. We'll have
I
it
get it.
everywhere.
I get it.
Everywhere. But I'd like to apologize to the clients and the actual people that do real work here that I incited a panic.
Every time we have Joe Lindsay and he goes to the monitor, we're going to have the description from Chuck and Z.
It'll be
right?
there on the radio
Right.
station that you're tuned into right this very second.
But on
it'll
my
be there.
phone, on the app, not going to be there.
Not on the app. Thanks, Westwood One. Screw them.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. I apologize, Ty. I didn't mean to
No,
offend anybody.
Listen, I didn't have a beef with it, but our staff did. I thought it was funny.
And to our staff who works very hard and don't take all these golf trips all the time and don't like to rub it in my face how they get to travel and follow the team, I'd like to apologize to them because I truly did not mean to make their job.
Whoever are you talking about, Colton?
You should have played the Conor McGregor clip saying I like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I made a mistake and I genuinely feel bad because I know that Jen, who reached out to me, she didn't know. She was out of the loop on this. She didn't know that Tommy was asking me to do this, and I should have had it approved through our general manager here at the station, Tommy, but he's very busy during this time of year as well, so I didn't want to bother him. It's my fault. I make a mistake. I'm a human being. And I'd like to say that all of our games during the March Madness tournament will be broadcasted right here on ESPN 99.5, ESPN 95.3, ESPN 96.3, and ESPN 104.3.
Speaking of social
on the computer,
posts,
not so much.
No, unfortunately not. Speaking of social posts, y'all, people are beefing with Ruskin because he picked Hawaii in this game.
Is he just trolling?
Yes.
He doesn't believe that. Show me your gambling receipts. I don't believe he'll put money on Hawaii.
Yeah, you should say you're fired unless you put money on Hawaii if you actually believe it. I think
everybody has the right to be wrong.
Yeah.
He's got a right to a bad opinion.
I don't really have the level of nerve.
Now, if you want to tell me you would take Hawaii in the points but Arkansas to win, that I can get in on some of that conversation at 15.5. But straight up money line, no, there's no way I'd take Hawaii.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But he evidently did. So we'll see. Hoping Derek is wrong. Listen, I have them currently going to the Sweet 16 in my bracket, but I could feel differently based on how they play this game tomorrow and how High Point or Wisconsin look coming out of their game, which is right before the Razorbacks. So you get a sense of who the team is playing, and again, it's early, so you don't have to wait late. I kind of thought Cal was going to be in prime time, but 3:25 Central, not bad place to be. Kind of getting your ending your day tomorrow at an early work leaving.
All right, Ty is in Portland, Oregon. It's brought to you by and presented by Foster's Roofing and by Walk-Ons. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday, and that's always brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. It's crawfish season. You need to order today. They've got 30 to 35-pound sacks coming in for the weekend, so if you'd like some live crawfish for this weekend to watch the games and have some mud bugs, they can do that for you. Call Richards now, 479-443-0000, and they will get you ready for some crawfish this weekend. That's Richards Country Meat Market, just east of College and Rolling Hills Drive in Fayetteville.
All right, so baseball team wins pretty handily yesterday. I did get a kick out of the post-game press conference. Here's DVA.
Look like a Christmas tree right now, so.
They were wearing the
the green hats.
The green hats. Now, Kircher, pitcher, and Ruiz had something to say about him.
I think it's cool for St. Patrick's Day, but I don't like the snapback. That's all I have.
Snapback's kind of brutal. That's.
So you got your choice of a trucker, a snapback, or just like a normal, conventional hat. Which one are you?
Baseball hat.
Yeah, fitted. Thank you.
Fitted hat always.
If you're playing baseball, you have to wear the fitted hat. It's part of the uniform.
Yeah.
Me personally,
well, I'm
talking
about
on my head right now. I wear various.
You wear snapbacks.
I wear snapbacks or trucker hats. Yeah, and when you say snapback, you're implying that I wear it forward with a really wide flat bill. No,
Yeah.
I do curl it up a little.
To be a trucker hat, it's got to be the foam front
the
panels
mesh,
and the mesh in the back.
Mhm.
Right. With the
like-
snapback.
Which you would never see on a baseball field.
It's comfortable, and I wasn't necessarily applying that to what you wear on the baseball field, but just in general. You don't wear a ton of hats unless you're golfing. I'll wear hats when my hair starts to get longer, but Tommy, I feel like I rarely see you in a hat coming into work.
Yeah, it normally doesn't, when you walk in to meet a business owner, normally I wouldn't walk in like you with my hat on backwards, but.
And I'm not typically
me.
broadcasted on the camera,
do you
so I
want
get to wear whatever I want.
I want the business owner to take me as I am. I don't want to lie to him
and
and wear
they
a
do.
suit.
They
and
do.
like when I walk into a place of business, I'm going to be honest with them. And that's usually a khaki shorts,
Well, there's your first
golf
mistake.
polo, and a hat of some
I thought
sort,
I'd trained you better. Honesty.
No,
Come on,
honesty.
man.
Honesty's the way to go. Even when it's bad news, you gotta be honest in today's day and age.
Well, I'll honestly tell you that Gaston's White River Resort's the perfect spot for a summer getaway. I'm going on spring break next week. Gaston's isn't the locale this time, but my kids have already asked, can we go up there at some point this summer? They love the restaurant because the view overlooking the river and seeing the boats coming up and down and boats coming into the dock. It's always a great spot to start or end the day. The John Boat Salad Bar is unique. They've taken an old river boat and turned it into the salad bar. So all the items are in the buckets, in the ice, in the boat. It's a really cool feature in the restaurant at Gaston's. So I think you're going to find all that to be delightful on your visit. 80 cabins and lodges on property. So whether it's just 2 of you or whether there's 22 of you, they can get you under one roof. If you've got a big business outing, they've got a conference center, and they can set up the arrangements for all of that, plus pair that with a fishing excursion for your guests as well, and make it all just seamless for you at Gaston's. Do something different this summer. You don't have to with gas prices going up, with airfare going up because of fuel prices going up, stay closer to home with Gaston's. 870-431-5202 is the number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's. A first-class time every time.
It's tournament time, and the Hogs are ready to party in Portland. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Whether your roof needs repaired or totally replaced, Foster Roofing will make sure you have it all covered. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. If you're looking for the ultimate watch party, Walk-Ons has you covered with wall-to-wall TVs, scratch-made Louisiana favorites, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
All these middlemen who are scumbags. You got agents who are scumbags who don't care about loyalty to a school. That's what bothers me.
This is the Morning Rush.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of road-ready certified pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's best lenders, Rath's got the River Valley's deepest bench ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Don't settle for just any used car. Make the switch to road-ready certified and save some green this spring at Rath Auto Resources. Voted best pre-owned cars in the River Valley. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make Awake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make Awake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make Awake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make Awake Bait and Tackle.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March.
All right, back here on the Morning Rush live in Portland, set up for today for the Razorbacks. Got a chance to hear from Hawaii before you talk to Arkansas. Get a chance to hear from I don't know which player, but the players for Arkansas getting up at 12:35, Cal's at 12:50, and then the Razorbacks will practice at 1:15 today, Tommy, at the Moda Center.
It's 8:52 where you're at. It's 10:52 here, and Colton and I are already thinking about lunch today. And Art's Barbecue, Burgers, and More comes to mind for me, whether it's, I don't know, the kicking chicken's hard for me to pass up. The piled high brisket sandwich is really good. Fridays, they do catfish and shrimp. I was in there Saturday and had their fried shrimp special. It's like 6 big fried shrimp, 2 sides, $13, $13.99. It was awesome. So whether it's catfish on Fridays, whether it's shrimp on Friday or Saturday, or whether it's a big old barbecue sandwich or a half rack of ribs, they got you covered at Art's Barbecue, 2 doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith, 452-2550. Call ahead, drive up to the window, they'll have it ready. One of our favorite spots is Art's Barbecue in Fort Smith.
All right, other news today, Razorback baseball back in action. Final game, the 18-game homestand before they go to Columbia, South Carolina, and take on Paul Maneri's Gamecocks. That is at 3 o'clock today. Tommy, we want to go to those tickets right now?
Let's do that. I've got 2 pair of tickets, so we'll give them to callers 1 and 2. And Colton will get your information. We'll transfer those to you electronically, and if you can go today at 3, we'll set you up with some primo tickets for today's game with Arkansas and Northern Colorado with a 3 o'clock first pitch. 877-377-6963 on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Caller 1 and 2.
All right, coming up halftime, Phil Ellison, Matt Jones, Big C. It's been a What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. Tommy, you mentioned Easter coming up. I know it's just around the corner.
Yeah, and Richard's has got you covered. 479-443-0000 at Richard's Country Meat Market.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices, like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
This is the Morning Rush.
Since 1974, the folks in the River Valley have trusted West North Yamaha in Fort Smith for quality and service you just can't find at the